जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम। चलें जी, आपको लेके चलते हैं हम लंदन क्रूज़, जहाँ पे आप एक थेम्स रिवर में जो क्रूज़ है उसका मज़ा लेंगे और साथ ही साथ जो रिवर थेम्स के साथ साथ जो मोनूमेंट्स हैं और जो हिस्टोरिकल बिल्डिंग्स हैं उनके बारे में भी आपको पता लगता रहेगा। मेरे साथ रहें, चलते हैं। ये लीजिए, हम बोट के डेक के ऊपर आ गए।
If you want to ride round the London Eye now, it's £40 for an adult, and when it opened it was just £7.50. Paid for itself in the first year. It's now run by a company called Merlin, who own all the theme parks in England. On your left there, London's busiest pub, the old Tattershall Castle. That's what it's like all day long on here. £7 a pint, 450 people, doesn't take a lot of work without. Now, also on your left, the building with the black spires, the White Bill Court, which is luxury apartments and a hotel. But here to the right, we have the South Bank of London. If you're in London for a few days, you have to hit the South Bank. It's a lovely walk along the river from the Eye to the Tower, and on the way there's lots to do and to see. Lots of things for the children and also bars and restaurants for the adults. So this is Charing Cross Railway Bridge in front of us, and where you see those people, the Golden Jubilee Walkway. Now it's always nice to wave at people above you on a bridge. The reason we say that, all the time they're waving back, we can see what they're going to throw at you, and we go underneath. So if they don't wave back, please don't worry. That means they come from London. So you're miserable. Now as they go under the bridge today, just wait for the train to go over. Now if you look along the left hand side, you'll see along there the skull and follow. The Cleopatra's Needle is the oldest landmark in London. It's 3,500 years old. It was given to us when Nelson defeated Napoleon at the Battle of the Nine. The building behind it with the largest clock facing London, that's the headquarters of Shell. But next door to Shell, with a green roof, the famous Savoy Hotel. You want to pop in the Savoy for a drink, the American bar's open, and a gin and tonic there now is only £30. You get it in a lovely crystal glass, which you can take home with you. Just don't tell them you're going to take it. Here to our right, we have the Royal Festival Hall, the only remaining building from the Festival for Great Britain. And look on the right there now, we've got a free concert going on as well on the terrace. Now underneath the yellow stairway, folks, that is Skateboard City. And if any of you have been watching the Olympics, all those young kids representing our country on the bikes and the skateboards, this is where they used to do all their training, under the old cardboards at the Festival Hall. Underneath Waterloo Bridge, which is the longest bridge in London. The only bridge in London to be built by the women of this country. During the Second World War, the women took over the job, but they didn't also reach. On your left, a very elegant building, that is the Somerset House, until 1976, where we kept records of births, marriages and deaths. And now it's the University of London. On our right, the first building with the flashing sign is our National Theatre, and next door, this massive building site, this is now becoming luxury hotels and apartments. just what we need on the River Thames. Over on the left ahead of us, the white ship on the road is the last First World War cruiser in the world. Given as a present to the Master Mariners Association, this has now become a private club. Now if you look at the stern of the ship, the blunt end, they fly the red ensign. And if you look behind that flag on the wall, you will see two silver dragons, one each side of the road, and they are guarding the city of London. You are now entering what we call the Square Mile, the ancient city. Look at the dragons, they're standing up protecting the city, keeping the evil out and making sure the money never escapes. Behind the trees on the left, the inner and middle temple, where we train the legal profession of this country, the Inns of Court. Here to our right, the red building, we call it the Oxo building. If you look on the top, you can see why. That's the oldest advert in London. It's been there since 1932. The top floor is a restaurant, the middle is apartments, and some very nice shops downstairs. The building belongs to the Prince of Wales. Next door, it calls the Sea Containers, and the last down here, the pregnant lady, that's Blackfriars Residential Tower. £1 million will get you in the front door, and 32 million will buy you the penthouse on the top floor. You're too late, it's already been sold to a very nice Russian gentleman. He had a suitcase of money laying around. On your left here, the white building with the green roof, that's the old City of London School. Now it's the headquarters of JP Morgan, the American bank. The last building is the headquarters of the multinational company Unilever. So this is called Blackfriars Road Bridge. It's under renovation, as you can see. This is what it'll look like on the left when all the work's finished in about 2 years' time. Now we've got 3 bridges here, so the second one, we've only got pairs of red columns each side of us. The remains of the first railway bridge, designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel, carried the steam train out of London in 1864. The last bridge, they turned the railway right into a station. Blackfriars is the only station in England that can be run on solar power. So going through the bridges, look along the right, this is the Sill de Salpay, the building with a tall chimney, that's called the Tate Modern. Now if you understand modern art, it's a wonderful place to go. If you don't understand modern art, I can recommend the pub on the right. Most people haven't got a clue about modern art, including me. But look above us on the left, the Dome of St Paul's. Wren took 35 years to build that magnificent structure. On top of the dome is a viewing gallery. You won't be able to go up there till Monday morning now. But be warned, you also have to pay for the privilege. Nothing in the church is free. In front of us is Millennium Bridge, the first upside down suspension bridge in the world. And a few hours after it opened, we had to close it. We renamed it the Wibbly Wobbly Bridge. It swayed so violently, it was closed for 6 months. If you look to the left of the bridge where it goes up the stairs, it's been specially designed to ruin the best view of St Paul's in London. Now over on the right hand side, between those large trees, that's William Shakespeare's Globe Theatre, the only timber frame, thatch roof building allowed in London since the Great Fire. This area is all to do with acting. This is where acting began in London. Now look ahead on the right, look at the Shard. Look at the top right hand corner, that's the viewing gallery. And look how empty it is. It's empty because it's too expensive. All the towers on your left hand side, they are free of charge. All the new viewing galleries in the city. So this is called Southwark Bridge. Now the bridge isn't closed, it's just no one knows how to find it. And that's all thanks to the mayor making all the no right turns and turning London into an expensive car park. When we go under the bridge in front of us, we have the Cannon Street Railway Bridge. The station is up on the left.
But if you look over in the right corner there, there's a lovely busy riverside park
called the Old Samu. That pub opened in 1580, and this is where Samuel Pepys, the London Diaries, lived when he described the Great Fire of London.
As you can see, it's a very popular pub. Now as we go underneath this bridge, we are just about on the high road to here now. The tide has been coming in for 5.5 hours.
The tide today has risen 7 meters, 26 feet, and that's twice a day.
Look on the right down, out the side of the basting, there's the pirate ship, the Golden Mine. That little vessel has been round the world twice. They're just finishing off the renovation because next year she'll make her final voyage following the travels of Francis Drake. The ship is open every day to the public. Look above us on the left, all the new towers of London. There's the Walkie-Talkie Tower. Behind it is the Scalpel,
the Gherkin, the Cheese Grater, and the Salt and Pepper Box on your top. We are building the tower on your left even taller than the Shard, by 6 centimetres.
So this is London Bridge. The first one fell down, the second one burned down, and the last one we sold it as a jigsaw puzzle. Most of it is in Lake Havasu in Arizona, bar tourist attraction. And we arrived at the bottom of the Walkie-Talkie Tower, and look how busy they are up there on the top floor. There are 4 very nice restaurants up there, but the viewing gallery is free of charge. The blue glass building on our left, one of the many private banks of London where people think they can hide their money. And the little building next door, that was the oldest fish market in England, Billingsgate. We sold fish on that site for 900 years. Behind the trees on your left is the Custom House, our main customs office. But over here on the right, folks, every building you see, that includes the Shard, this is now called London Bridge City, and it all belongs to the Qatari royal family. The warships on the right, the one flying the Union Jack is the Belfast, been here now 51 years as a museum to British sea power. She is open every day, and she got 9 decks, so you can lose your children there for at least a couple of hours. Outside, for the first time ever, we had an Indian warship. Now, they've never ever come up the River Thames in London, but this afternoon they all had their relatives and families on board, and I'm not sure when she's leaving. But these are the modern day warships, which you press a button and destroy something thousands of miles away. Now, as we go past the ships, look over on your left, there is the tower. That's 1,000 years of English history. Behind the flagpole, you see that round turret. The others are square. That's where we had the original observatory for London before they moved it to Greenwich. It's been a palace, fortress, prison, zoo, a royal mint, and a place of execution. If you look on the river wall over there, you'll see the words "Entry to Traitors' Gate," which we used to know as the first one-way street in London, because when you went in, you never ever came out. In front of us is the last bridge of London, the Tower Bridge. The lower sections raise up to let ships come into London. When they were raised years ago, we just had to walk over the top. They glassed in the top so they could charge us. But look up there today, the city badge. That means you are now leaving the city of London. And if you look under the badge, you'll now see the glass pavements. So give her a nice big smile and a wave. There's someone up there waiting to take your picture. So if you're here with someone you shouldn't be with, please don't look up. Now we go through the bridge, folks.
And if you look down that river, it is hard to believe this was the busiest commercial course in the world, because the River Thames now is a housing estate. It's a very expensive one. Riverside apartments around here now sell at over £2 million. But on the right here, these are the old warehouses they converted into apartments. The lower level, that is all bars and restaurants all the way along. Some of the top chefs in the country have got their restaurants here. But before we turn around, look ahead on the right. You can see someone's brought their new toy to London. It's rather nice private yacht. This is $80 million worth. That's how much they paid for it 2 years ago. Now normally when you buy a private yacht, you name it after your children, your girlfriend or your wife. But the man who owns this yacht, well, he doesn't like any of them. So he's named it after his dog. Look on the side, you'll see the word Scout. And if you look at the head of the ship, there's Scout in his yellow suit, protecting the ship while they're in the port of London. Now folks, we're going to turn around shortly to make our way to Butler's Pier. Now please remember folks, we are the last boat on the service today, so if you get off here at Butler's Wharf, it's up to you how you get back into central London. We are the last boat, and when we leave here, we'll be direct up to Westminster. Now folks, we have to finish the guide here because I've got to tie the boat up as well. We've done a little break coming down river to try and make your trip a little more interesting. If we have succeeded, if anyone would like to show appreciation, you can do so in a moment. Very shortly I'll pass a monsieur with our famous top hat, and if you want to put something in, we'll leave that entirely up to you. So thanks for your kind attention, and if you're getting off here, be careful stepping on the boats to look here.
जी आई होप कि आप सब लोगों को बहुत मज़ा आया होगा। और अब हमारा जो सफ़र जो वेस्टमिंस्टर से स्टार्ट हुआ था वो टावर ब्रिज लंदन पे ख़त्म हुआ है। अब हम यहाँ से साइन आउट करेंगे और आपको खुदा हाफिज़ कहते हैं। अगले व्लॉग के लिए मेरे साथ रहिएगा, उतनी देर आपको हम जो गुड बाय के सीन्स हैं वो दिखाते हैं। ये हमारे कैप्टन है जिन्होंने मैं चल See you in the next vlog. Bye bye.